Hi, I'm Mike Romero with Intel, and we're at GDC 2015 showing off DirectX 12 on Crystalwell and Broadwell. So here we're showing a performance comparison of DX11 versus DX12 using FutureMark's 3D Mark API overhead test. It's running on a Lenovo X1 Carbon laptop with Intel HD graphics, and it's using our latest Broadwell processor. So here, DX11 gets about 13 to 14,000 draw calls per frame at 30 frames a second. So now we're going to see how many draw calls you can get in 30 frames a second on DX12. So you can see here we get about 41,000 draw calls per frame. So on the screen here, we're showing Unreal Engine 4 matinee fight scene. It's running on DX12, and the intent here is to show basically lower CPU overhead and faster performance. And it's running here on the Intel Iris Pro graphics, the Gigabyte Bricks Pro. So also on the Gigabyte Bricks Pro, the Intel Iris Pro graphics, we're showing the latest version of Unity running the Viking Village demo, also on DX12.
So what we have here is we have DX11 running unlocked, so it's using the full power of the system. The power graph on the bottom right shows the distribution of CPU power and GPU power in the system. So when we switch to DX12, DX12 CPU efficiency will kick in, and the blue region will actually shrink as the power is fed to the GPU. So that hump you see right there is the performance gain that you see in the frames per second. So we can go back to DX11 and you see the frame rate drop because of its CPU overhead. So the other mode that it runs in is it runs in constrained mode, where we lock the frames per second so the GPU workload is constant. So I'll go ahead and lock that now. The power graphs will take a moment to adjust. So here, this is a situation where maybe you're writing a mobile game and you're locking the frames per second for power reasons. If you're running DX11, what you'll see is if you convert it to DX12, the CPU efficiency, the CPU graph will drop dramatically. So you see it's about 33% of what DX11 was. And that's the raw power savings you can expect by going from 11 to 12 with a constant GPU workload.